on my hand. Yes, this is a bullroarer. A stick probably invented, I think, by primitive man. You put a bit on a bit of cord or string or something, and it whirls in the air, and it twirls around and makes a roaring sound. This is actually a little ruler I picked up in Germany, at Nuremberg probably. Lufthansa, yes, it's rather appropriate. And it makes that delightful sound when you whirl it in the air, like that, or overhead. Something else to do with a ruler, if you've got a ruler, and that little tiny hole doesn't do any harm at all, that's still usable as a ruler. But what a bit of fun. I thought I'd show you, along with other tape measures and rulers, things you can find which are not straightforward at all. I mean, this is certainly not very straightforward at all. It looks for all the world like a tape measure, and it starts being a tape measure, but actually, would you believe this is a one-dimensional album for stickers. Stickers, would you believe? It's these little things here, and I've only got two so far. I've got a lot more to go there, but it's one-dimensional, and it's got a string inside it, so you get back in again. Instead of being a little book, a little album, it's a tape measure type of holder. Very nice idea for keeping your collection of them. Here's another one which is a bit of a surprise, because it's one of those help you scissors where a small child put their fingers in there, the teacher puts them behind and teaches the child how to cut things. But it's in this bag of measuring devices, because it's got here, it's got very helpfully a little scale there showing, I think it is probably centimetres along here. Let's put it the right way up actually. It's got that actually imprinted into the steel of the blade. Very nice idea. So something I've never seen before. It could be quite useful to have that. While this one here is a little more advanced version of it. This is a pair of scissors, a rather fancy pair of scissors. It does cut. Would you believe it's got a hidden tape measure in it? There we go. There it is. Oh, let's turn it that way around so you can read it. Anyway, it's got a little button here. You push, whoop, in it goes, and then you carry on cutting things. No other ruler on it. No, it doesn't need it. It's got one set, but it's a very smart version of a scissors and tape measure. This is the most peculiar, primitive one. I think I bought this on a trip around the Mediterranean in North Africa, is my feeling. It's a tape measure, but it's sprung. It hasn't got a spring in it, but it's got this little button on it. But what's strange about it is it's very, very sharp. It wouldn't do in some of the Western markets because it's got too many sharp edges in it. But it's just the most peculiar idea to have something like that. You push that, and it releases it that way, and then you push it back again, and it winds and winds and winds. A very, very strange one, which I've never seen before or since. So it just about holds together, but sharp edges, so you wouldn't give it to a small child, I don't think. Here's something I just thinking about tape measures. You could do a bit of something quite crazy. Have you ever heard of an edible tape measure? Well, this is the start. You need one of these for the beginning. You need a packet like this, open it up, and you find it's got some gum in it, and it comes in a nice long strip. Now you need to get busy with a pen and using inks which are vegetable products so they can be eaten without poisoning your face and stuff. And you can start making a little ruler there, and when you felt like it, you could gobble some of it up if you wanted to. Edible tape measure. Have you ever heard such a thing? I haven't actually made it yet, but I've got the idea of it. I'm keeping this just in case I get the inclination to make it sometime. Wow, things they have. Well, this is a pencil which it's going to be used with this thing here. This is actually very sensible. I've never used it, but I don't know enough gardening. The idea is it's got a centimetres along there, but this is the interesting thing. These numbers here from 1 to 12, and they correspond to different vegetables and show the distance that you're supposed to use for planting. So if you're doing peas, for instance, they could be 1 inch apart. So you put that in the ground, make a little hole in it, come to the next one, make a hole, make a hole, make a hole. A series of little holes there, each of which, with a tiny little spoon dug up to the soil, would show you how you're planting the peas, the seeds, to create the vegetable, all the way up to the onions and the rest. So it's a great help for gardeners to be able to work out or have a little display to show the proper distancing of seeds when you're laying them in early spring before the vegetable season begins growing. Very, very nice idea. This is very sophisticated. It's It's a very rare ruler which you can only get in Kyoto University, I think in the co-op or something. A Japanese friend sent it to me, and it's got some curious markings there. I don't understand those, but these are definitely 2, 3, 5, 4, 11, 13. There's something strange about those numbers they put in. There's nothing in between them. What does it mean? Well, if you think about it and put your head into the maths domain, you'll find that these are the prime numbers. It means each of these can be divided by itself and 1 and nothing else. So 13 can only be divided by 13 itself or a 1 and nothing else. 17 likewise. Then you go up to infinity up there and down to 0 there. And what's it used for? That was the question. Well, certainly in mathematics, the idea, not as a ruler like this, but as a concept, it's used in computer work for security, to work out long stream of numbers, all of which are very, very hard for would-be thieves to analyse and then find how they can cheat a bank out of something. So the prime number is a very, very helpful mathematical way of protecting data. And this is a little ruler showing how it starts for the earliest prime numbers there. It reminds us of a very important piece. This is just a bit of fun for children to play with, because it's a ruler, it's a tape measure actually. And it comes up like that, and we go click, 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 and it's got a full thing like that. But you've got to hold it. This one doesn't stick up and hold. It's a bendable cloth one or something. And then you would pull this little switch, and down it goes again. So top of your head, so then they can children like that sort of thing, don't they? And the last one is a spectacular one, which is used quite a lot by people who are doing building work, because it's got batteries in the compartment here, about 4, I think it is 4 air batteries, and it's got a motor in it, and you could pull out the piece at the bottom and just use it as a tape measure, an ordinary tape measure, but it's motorized, so I can go back again. And I can go forwards an awful long way. Here we go. And so on, and so on, and so on. And then back again. Wow. Better get one for yourself.